Yeah. So it's June. What day is it today? It's June 23rd today, 2025. Okay, Justin, we get you now. Okay, you hate yourself so much to the point where you're trying to be any type of black person, right? Any type of energy you trying to tap into, and like, oh, like, yeah, okay, okay, so people figured me out now that I was trying to be this black Jewish girl. Okay, let me see if I can tap into this black federation or that black federation. Like, you still don't get it. You still refuse to acknowledge your own self. You're always trying to work your way through some other black person, and it's not even your truth. It's not. He does not know which direction to take. That's the issue. But you're always trying to reflect off of some other type of black Jewish person. When are you going to come to terms that you're not a black Jew? And that was never your pathways to take. It was never his options. That's complete toxic, dysfunctional pride. The energy that he's trying to claim, or he's trying to make big talk as if, yeah, I carry this energy. It's all fake, Justin. How much more fake content are you trying to create? All based off of you want to stalk black people all day long? That's crazy, man. No, seriously. Okay, you know what, Justin? You're so much in violation when it comes to like universal law and when it comes to system. You don't realize that you're projecting out systematic discrimination by trying to play out these certain energies of being certain type of black people. You don't think that's a form of systematic discrimination. And then, like, he's trying to take points, like the good aspects and the bad aspects out of other people's lives. And then what are you trying to do with it? Turn it to trash? That ain't gonna happen, fool. You were never the beginning, and obviously you don't know the end. Because it was never your story, and it was never your energy. You're so crazy, man. Yo, he's not like us. He's not like us. You're not like us. I just can't wait till the day when Justin Bieber just learns to just get over himself. You know what I mean? You're trying to invert like black causes, and you don't think that's discrimination. Things, issues, and different messages that have absolutely nothing to do with you. You're trying to invert these causes and try and turn it into something that's demonic. God's causes, you're trying to turn it into the devil. Get out of here, man. And like I said, it still falls into alignment with why now people can see for a fact why you couldn't survive when you were living in Canada. Now people can see why. You're just talking pure mess online. You are not the system. You're not. You don't care. You don't care. If you're trying to invert everything, you're just some like dark shadow in a corner. You can't carry God's messages. Accept that. He thinks with his actions and his behavior, you think everything about God is supposed to be about the devil? Is that what you think? Get out of my life. I'm too grown for this kid named Justin Bieber. That's why I keep posting these messages. I'm too grown for you. He's just not, like, from the time you go through elementary, right? You go through preschool, kindergarten, you go up from first grade to fifth grade, right? And then the Canadian system, you go through middle school. You go through grade 6, 7, and 8, right? And then from middle school, you go to high school. High school's from grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, Justin. You obviously haven't completed. You obviously didn't accomplish the work because you don't have those memories. It's clear as day. And now you spend all this time trying to stalk other people that actually have their own personal lives and did what needs to be done for themselves. And you sitting around here being narcissistic, being jealous of us. You cannot teach. You cannot, even the messages that you post, is not you're trying to turn other people into becoming mentally ill. That's crazy, man. I don't want this kid trying to continuously try and bind himself to me because it's not true. You understand me? Especially like we're in an era now, we're in a times now where truths are starting to become manifest. So it's not about literally holding on to so many gray issues. It's about our own truths. It's as us doing the work in terms of us working with God in the truth of who we are. You understand me? And this is certain work that Justin needs to do for himself too. If I'm doing work for myself, you need to go do work for yourself. Stop looking my way all the time. Focus on your own pathway, Justin. It's a little fake cord built off of rituals and bullshit sacrifice. Justin, as if I don't see what you're doing. No, God didn't ordain this. He didn't. God would never ordain me to be attached to someone who's racist and hateful. You're just upset because I'm a black Jew and I'm actually was meant to carry more in this reality than you, Justin. It makes sense why you stalk me, right? Because you ain't it. You don't have all the keys. You never did. You don't have the truth. You don't have the stories. You expect society to believe these illusions you're trying to carry. It ain't gonna work, man. Trying to walk, he wants these sacrifices to walk into other people's gifts. You had your own work to do. You know that? Your own work. Go figure out your own gray issues. You are severely mentally ill. Trying to make society unsafe. You understand me? Trying to, I have my own, at the end of the day, I have my own truth. And that doesn't include you, Justin. You understand me? We don't need your mentality. Even the African people who are like Afro Turks, we don't need the racist side of a Turkish person around us. That's not our truth. We don't need your perspectives, Justin. We don't need it. Walking around talking about, well, that's what this is what she inherits, and you're sitting here talking about an inheritance that it doesn't even belong to your blood. And you want to sit around here trying to fight me in the spiritual realm. You know, you keep talking. I'm just annoyed at him. He keeps talking all these lies, expecting this bullshit to go on forever. It's not going to go on forever, Justin. Your sociopathic ways, from the minute you decided not to talk about yourself and keep trying to reflect off of me and my life and the decisions that I made in my life that have nothing to do with you. From that moment you started to talk about me, that's a whole stream of you being a sociopathic maniac, liar. You lied too much. I'm just real upset about it because it's like, I kept on saying it before. He's like, he thinks like, oh, I'm the only spiritual person in this lifetime. Like, that's the mind of a narcissist, right? He thinks like he's the only person that God accepted. God don't even accept him. You know that, right? God don't even accept you. It's so crazy. I remember like 2018 and I was in LA. And then like there was a whole bunch of music artists there and they made videos and they shared their experiences. And then after a certain amount of time, they left. They went back to, where they were from. And I figured that's what LA is supposed to be about, right? You're here to share your gifts, not sit there and talking about watching people, talking crap about people. You go take your sociopathic behind somewhere else, Justin. How about that? He's not smart. I don't like him. He's not smart. He's just not smart enough. He doesn't have the mind memories, and he doesn't have the mind mentality, even coming out of the past. You understand me? We're talking about like, it's just because like I think he's upset generationally because my federation of black Jews, we hold more truth biblically. That's why we had more recognition than they did. And our gifts are just more important than their gifts. I'm not saying that their gifts aren't important. It's just that they stress more important on doing work for us and giving us the ability to do our work because it holds more weight when it comes to the system systematically. You understand me? And Justin, you sat around here in Hollywood lying about how you were left out, and no, you weren't. You did not connect with your own people. That's your own. It's your mother's fault. Stop walking around trying to blame other people for the work that you didn't do. And when I'm talking about this is just basic common sense. Just like anybody, you travel. Let's say there was an Indian person travels to Canada, right? Obviously, that person knows that they're Indian, so they're gonna take the time and try and connect with their Indian people in the Indian community in that part of the country. They don't. Justin, his parents, they never put out that action historically to go and connect with their black Jewish people out of Canada. So how dare you try and put that stress upon me? You wanted to torment my life based upon a decision that your own mother did not make for you. If your mother didn't want you to be around Turkish Jews, that is not a black person's fault. Do you hear me? It's because you're stupid. So, okay. So is this what happened, Justin? It was your stupid mother that went and told you to come around and stalk me as a black Jew. Is that what it was? So all this jealousy is coming from is because your mother was jealous of black Jews. That doesn't even make any sense because she never even connected with us historically. She never did. I don't know you, Patty. At the end of the day, when it comes to a collective out of my federation, the work is already complete. You understand me? And even the work that we completed as a group of collective of black Jewish people, it was the work that we completed was still it doesn't represent people like Justin. You understand me? It's not a truth. You can't stress the importance of how people need to go and do their own work. You're only connecting with people who God ordained to connect with. People who are actually relatable, Justin. I can't relate to your racist ways. I don't think like that. Anyway, that's my message for today. He just no. There's another issue. Like people, Justin needs to come to terms with the fact that it was the government that wasn't interested in their people. Not too much. Everybody was doing their own work at the end of the day. There are Turkish doctors in Canada, the Turkish people. They worked in the governance and they had their own offices. They were doing their own work. They worked in universities and colleges and stuff. They were there. Their presence was there. But don't you ever dare try and put that burden because your mom refused to connect with your own people. Do you hear me? And that whole issue out of like Hispanic, Latino, you're obviously the Latino side. You're from your mother. And the fact that you chose to be racist against me, it just proves that you're racist against Hispanic people. And it shows that's why you treat me like garbage. You don't like Hispanics, right, Justin? If you don't like me as a Hispanic, you don't like other Hispanic people, right? We can draw that conclusion. Yeah, he's just not who he says he is. That's just what it is. And that's not true. That's why it makes sense why he's still trying to hold on over there in Hollywood, because he doesn't want these truths to come out. But he has to accept the fact that God wants these truths to come out. At first, he has to take accountability as to all the lies that he put out. You understand me? And if anything, God was giving him time to tell the truth, and he refused to. Then you want to sit around here and act as if you're going through a struggle, trying to align yourself with the wrong people, Justin. Just being all messy. The point is that, nobody's perfect in this lifetime. And I figure at this point, God gave